War has always pushed human creativity to its limits. Long before tanks and fighter jets, ancient civilizations poured their resources into designing weapons that were just as ingenious and just as deadly. Some could slice through armor with ease, while others could wipe out an entire army in minutes. Today, we're counting down the top 15 most incredible ancient military weapons, ranked by their true battlefield impact. And trust me, some of these will shock you. Number 15, Caltrip, the 4-spike trap. The caltrip is proof that simplicity can be devastating. Just 4 metal spikes arranged so one always points upward, no matter how it lands. Scattered on the ground, they could cripple charging horses, puncture enemy boots, and slow an entire army. They've been used for over 2,000 years. And even modern armies still use them. And if spikes could stop an army, imagine what ancient science could do. Number 14, Archimedes' steam cannon. In 3rd century BC Syracuse, the genius Archimedes built a steam-powered cannon to defend his city from naval attack. By heating water in a sealed chamber, he created enough pressure to launch heavy projectiles at enemy ships. It was so effective that similar principles were revisited in warfare even during World War II. From ancient engineering, we moved to a weapon that lit the way and blinded foes. Number 13, Lantern Shield, the Night Fighter. In Renaissance Italy, some guards carried the lantern shield, a buckler with a built-in lantern, often paired with spikes or blades. The lantern lit the way at night, and in battle, its sudden brightness could disorient attackers. While rare in real combat, the idea of blinding your enemy before striking was undeniably clever. Still, nothing beats the raw force of a weapon meant for personal duels. Number 12, Patu, the Warrior's Club. In Maori culture, the Patu was more than just a weapon, it was a mark of honor. Made from stone, bone, or hardwood, this short club was designed to strike the temple, jaw, or ribs with deadly precision. The blows were fast, direct, and often fatal. Many were carved with intricate designs, telling the story of the warrior who wielded them. But while the Patu relied on brute force, our next weapon relied on precision and range. Number 11, Chakram, the War Ring. India's chakram was a razor-edged throwing ring that could slice through enemies from up to 60 meters away, and twice that if made of brass. Warriors carried several stacked on their arms, ready to fling at incredible speed. Its aerodynamic shape kept it stable in flight, making it a silent, spinning death from afar. But in Africa, warriors perfected a throwing blade that could kill up close or at range. Number 10, Mbele, the African throwing blade. The Mbele from Central and Southern Africa was part knife, part axe, and part throwing weapon. In close combat, it could slash and stab, thrown from a distance, it spun through the air like a deadly boomerang. Many were intricately decorated, serving as symbols of status, and even as part of marriage dowries. From status symbols, we moved to farm tools turned into battlefield nightmares. Number 9, Billhook, from farm to battlefield. Originally used for pruning vines and branches, the billhook became a feared polearm in medieval combat. Its hooked blade could snag armor, pull riders from horseback, or deliver a brutal chopping blow. Cheap to make and easy to handle, it became a favorite among foot soldiers. But some weapons didn't just strike, they tore like the claws of a tiger. Number 8, Bog Knock, the Tiger Claw. Originating in India, the Bog Knock was worn like brass knuckles, but with curved, razor-sharp claws extending from the palm. A quick slash could tear through skin and muscle, and sometimes the claws were even coated in poison. Used in self-defense, assassinations, and even competitive claw wrestling, it was small enough to hide, but deadly when unleashed. From hidden claws, we now go to blades that reached around your defenses. Number 7, Shodel, the shield bypasser. In ancient Ethiopia, warriors used the shodel, a sword shaped like a crescent moon. Its curve wasn't for show, it allowed fighters to hook around an enemy's shield and strike at vital organs. With a flat, double-edged blade nearly a meter long, and often decorated with jewels, the shodel was both beautiful and brutal. The top edge was blunt, perfect for pushing shields aside before delivering the killing blow. But some swords didn't just bypass shields, they could smash right through them. Number 6, Falcata, the falcon blade. Before the Romans conquered Iberia, they faced a sword unlike any they had seen, the falcata. Its forward curved blade gave it the chopping power of an axe, the reach of a sword, and the thrusting ability of a spear. Roman soldiers were stunned at how it could split shields and pierce armor in a single blow. Even Hannibal, the legendary Carthaginian general, armed his troops with falcatas when he marched on Rome. But raw cutting power was nothing compared to the brutality of the next weapon. Number 5, Maquahuitl, the obsidian sword. Used by the Aztec and Maya, the Maquahuitl looked like a wooden paddle, but its edges were lined with obsidian, a volcanic glass sharper than steel. Spanish accounts claimed it could decapitate a man. Or even a horse. In one strike. Measuring up to 4 feet long, it was heavy enough to crush, yet sharp enough to slice deep. Sometimes it was used to injure rather than kill, allowing warriors to capture enemies alive for ritual sacrifice. From obsidian blades, we now go to the sickle sword of kings. Number 4, Khopesh, the Egyptian sickle sword. The khopesh was both a weapon and a symbol of power in ancient Egypt. Its sickle-shaped blade was perfect for hooking shields, disarming foes, and delivering slashing strikes. Pharaohs were often depicted wielding them in art, not just as rulers, but as warriors. From royal steel to a weapon that turned combat into a cyclone. Number 3, Urumi, the whip sword. Picture a sword. Now imagine it bends and coils like a whip, yet slices through flesh and armor with ease. That's the Urumi, born in southern India about 1,500 years ago. Instead of a rigid blade, it used long strips of razor-sharp flexible steel, sometimes as many as 32, all attached to a single handle. Wielders would spin it in deadly circles, using centrifugal force to cut down multiple enemies at once. The weapon was so dangerous, it was taught last in Indian martial arts, only to the most skilled fighters. But even the Urumi's storm of blades can't match the rapid-fire power of the next weapon. Number 2, Chu Ko Nu, the rapid-fire crossbow. The Chu Ko Nu could fire 10 bolts in 20 seconds, thanks to a gravity-fed magazine and a simple lever action. It wasn't the most powerful crossbow, but when every bolt was tipped with poison, even a scratch could be lethal. Used mainly for defense, it gave soldiers the ability to rain death on advancing enemies without pause. But for sheer battlefield destruction, nothing compares to number 1. Number 1, Hwacha, the fire card. In 15th century Korea, inventors created the Hwacha, part rocket launcher, part machine gun. It could unleash a storm of 100 rocket-powered arrows or 200 iron-tipped bolts in one devastating volley. In the late 1500s, just 3,400 Korean soldiers used Hwachas to repel a force of 30,000 Japanese invaders. The sight alone must have been terrifying, a wall of flaming arrows lighting up the night sky. From hidden claws to flaming rockets, these weapons remind us that human ingenuity isn't just about invention, it's about survival. Which one of these ancient marvels would you least want to face in battle? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this countdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories from history.